Hi everyone, Dr. Ray Benedetto here with another short video in our kind of ongoing health series. We're going to talk about a big one today. I get this question a lot, obviously, is, if there was one thing this is the question I get, if there's one thing that I could do that would kind of go the furthest towards improving my health and helping me to age gracefully, if you will, what would that be? So that's kind of what we're talking about today, is if I had a one-trick pony for health and longevity and wellness, what would that be? Okay? And kind of like we like to do on a lot of these videos, like I like to do, is not only kind of just harp on here's the bad stuff, here's what, it can go wrong, and here's what you're not doing right, or, that kind of stuff. But more importantly, what can I do? What are the solutions? What are the steps that we can take to address some of these issues, okay? The big one we're going to be talking about today, kind of like the root of all evil, if you will, the one-trick pony, is inflammation. Chronic, especially chronic systemic, meaning all over your body, chronic systemic inflammation. Okay, that is kind of the root of all evil. We're not talking about inflammation like when your ankle swells up after you sprain it, right? We're not talking about localized inflammation, you get a cut or something like that. We're talking about chronic, systemic, all over your body inflammation, okay? It's at the root of pretty much all chronic illness, okay? We're talking the biggies. We're talking heart disease. We're talking cancer. We're talking type 2 diabetes, right? These are the big health issues that are facing our country today, and they're getting worse, right? So we're losing the battle on cancer, we're losing the battle on diabetes, we're losing the battle on heart disease because we're not dealing with and treating chronic systemic inflammation. Because it's more than a pill, right? Sure, you can take an anti-inflammatory pill, and that's going to decrease inflammation, okay? When that pill wears off, you still have inflammation going on, right? So what can we do, right? And those of you who've been watching my videos, you hear me preach this stuff all the time. This is not rocket science, but there are things we need to do to control systemic inflammation. What are the biggies, right? Number one, diet and lifestyle. The biggest source of chronic inflammation is your diet and your lifestyle. It's the food you're putting in your body, it's the things you're drinking, it's the things you're smoking, it's all of that stuff, okay? So that's big, huge, is our diet, right? And it's not all your fault. A lot of it's our food supply and the agricultural industry, and that's a whole new, that's a whole different video. But you need to start thinking at least about what can I do to control my environment, right? No one sits you down and stuffs bad inflammatory foods down your throat. You do that to yourself. So we need to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. There's not enough time to go into it in this video, but what does that look like, right? What does an anti-inflammatory diet look like, okay? It's very rich in fruits and vegetables. It's rich in lean meats, so lean proteins, right? Animal proteins. Vegetable proteins too, obviously. We're talking beans and things like that. And healthy fats, so avocados and olive oil and coconut oil and that kind of stuff. Notice in there I did not say grains. Notice in there I did not say dairy. Notice in there I did not say anything processed. Okay? Notice in there I didn't say lots of stuff that you're probably eating, right? Like sweets and sugars and candies and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff super inflammatory. And if you eat that stuff for your whole life, you're going to get some kind of you're going to get heart disease, you're going to get cancer. It's going to happen. You can't outrun that, okay? So your diet and your lifestyle. Lifestyle obviously includes things like stress management, right? We have to find ways to do that. We have to be able to eliminate and avoid toxins, right? Pesticides and environmental stuff, right? We need to do everything we can to avoid these things, right? Number two, again, it's broken record time, but it's exercise. It's appropriate, proper exercise, okay? And that helps with stress management, obviously. It's my number one coping mechanism. For stress management is exercise. You got to do the right kind of exercise. Again, we don't have time to go into that here on this video, but you want to be doing the right kind of exercise. It's not really going out for a half a marathon run. You know, that's not really it. It's your higher intensity, shorter interval training. So that's something we can do in a different video, but crucial for promoting anti-inflammatory properties within your body, which we'll get to in a sec. Stress management, weight management, huge, right? Huge. And lastly is there are obviously supplements and things that we can take, right? So there's things that we can take through a supplement, a vitamin, a mineral, whatever. And there's some biggies, right? That have shown excellent anti-inflammatory properties. Number one, these are two, but they kind of go together. Turmeric, right? So curcumin extract, which you can take in a supplement form, but you could also just apply turmeric to your food liberally, right? So that's a spice. Also something called resveratrol, which is in grape skins primarily, right? So that's what gives red grapes and red wines and things their color. There's resveratrol in there, very potent. Number two is omega-3 fish oils, very anti-inflammatory. And the last one is a little more complicated, but there's systems within our body and our chemistry that can be anti-inflammatory, and they have to do with nitric oxide, so nitric oxide systems. So we need to make sure that we're doing some good work in helping to balance out. There's good nitric oxide, which decreases inflammation, and there's bad nitric oxide that we make that promotes inflammation. So we want to make sure that we're supporting the good ones and inhibiting the bad ones. The turmeric and the resveratrol help to control things called inflammatory cytokines. Cytokines are like chemical messengers that your body will send to your brain to say, hey, there's inflammation down here, we got to come in and clean this out. So we don't want those things going on chronically, right? So there's some things that we can do from a supplement standpoint. So that's kind of all I wanted to cover today. There's a lot to go into on this topic that we really don't have time for on this video. So if anybody does have questions, feel free to reach out. I mean, these are things we help our patients with every day and things that we do ourselves. So if you have any questions, please reach out. If you like this information, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you think somebody could benefit from this video, please share it along or forward the email or however you're getting this information from us. But that's the biggies today, right? The elephant in the room, the one-trick pony. What can I do to get healthier and prevent disease? Decrease your inflammation, chronic systemic inflammation. Deal with it. Okay, that's what's going to cause all the bad stuff as we get older. How do I do that? Proper diet, lifestyle management, stress management, getting away and eliminating toxins, proper exercise, proper nutritional supplementation if necessary. These are all things that we can help with. If you have questions, let me know. If you would like specific help on any of these things, obviously let me know. But keep this at the top of the mind. What can I do to eliminate and decrease inflammation in my life and in my body, and I can avoid a lot of that stuff, and I can be healthier and a more productive person for my world. Sound good? Excellent. If you have any questions, let me know. That's it for today. Until the next video, hope you enjoyed this information. Have a great day.